Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Out of the Park Baseball 23 with the Oakland Athletics. Have some iced coffee and move on. It's May 1st, and we are 17 and 11. It just feels like more of the same, right? Like we just have decent month after decent month after decent month, and hopefully this is the year that it turns into some postseason success. I mean, the fan interest is there. It's at 76. And loyalty is above average. The market size is killing us. There's just nothing we can do financially because of the market size. Ticket prices, we've raised a tiny bit, but it's not really making an impact. Our revenue per game is down. So yeah, we just, we're in a position where it's like, this is the team that we have. And, unless we can find somebody, the Woodruff injury obviously is killing us. If he was in the starting lineup, we wouldn't have necessarily need to spend money on. We wouldn't have needed to trade assets for McCarthy. I mean, they're just it's a domino effect. So at any rate, it's just. I mean, we're playing pretty well. We'll take a quick look at the stats before we get into the month of May. Cartwright, Parker, Mabius, Poisson, and Acuna all sitting right at around 1 WAR. Poisson, Powers there, 6 home runs, 19 RBIs. Yeah, I mean, this is, I think, what he's settling into. Kind of a 260-ish, 250, 260-ish hitter. If he hits 30 home runs, drives in 100, it's fine. I think we have enough around him to make that work. Parker's gotten off to a hot start. Cartwright, of course, with the bat is very, very good. Mabius has driven in 16 runs in 22 games from behind the plate. Bryant is not hitting well at all in his first season with the Cubs. You can see a $167. He does have a 300 on base percentage, so he is at least getting on base when, occasionally. So, I mean, if he can bring that average up to 240, 250, all of a sudden that becomes 370, 380, and it becomes a valuable piece. So, so that's kind of the way things are going with the offense. Pitching staff's been okay, just okay. Rotation's been all right. Estes has pitched okay. Mestris and Boxarker have pitched really well. Gleason's been up and down. McCarthy's been up and down. Bullpen hasn't been particularly good. So I made a couple moves in the pen. I moved Gage Webster back to middle relief. I'm putting Yorvi Perella in as the closer. I thought this might be interesting. He doesn't throw very hard, only 89 to 91, but he's an extreme ground ball pitcher with a sinker and a screwball, 80 movement, 55 control. We'll see how he does as a closer. If that doesn't work, we can move things around still. But Emerson Hancock is on pace to pitch in 104 games this year. I don't know how well that's going to work, but we will see. And that's kind of where we are. So we're 17 and 11, game and a half out of first place. It was a up and down month. You can see we started in March, and we swept Tampa. We won our first 4 games, actually. We were 4-0. Then we lost our next 4. And then we alternated wins and losses. Then we won 6 in a row. Then we lost 5 out of 7. And then we finished the month winning 3 straight. So it's a very up and down month. Hope for a little bit more consistency here in May. And speaking of May, let's get to it. 2 games against Kansas City, followed by 3 against the Red Sox. All at home. It's going to be nice to make some hay here, as they say. Hang on just a sec. I got to shut the audio off there. And speaking of audio, I am recording. Yes. All right. So let's go. Game 1 against Kansas City to start off the month of May. 9-3 victory. Brandon Neely is injured. He's still out for a while. Parker 2 for 5, 3 runs knocked in. Munoz had a couple RBIs. Acuna had a couple of hits, couple of runs scored. Estes pitches well. He's 5-1. Good start to the month there. Game 2, final game of the series. It's actually a 3-game series. It started in April. 7-5 win. Excellent. So we win again. Poisson with a home run. Newstrom has 2 hits and an RBI. McLean with a pinch hit double in the 9th to tie the game. And then we walk it off in the 10th inning on Poisson's home run. McCarthy, okay. 4 runs and 6, strikes out 8. Bullpen does okay. to 3 1/3, 4 innings of 1-run ball. I'll take it. At home now facing the Red Sox. Another win, and Poisson is suspended for 4 games. That's not ideal. Yeah, this one was over early. We jumped out to a 9-0 lead after 4. Parker 2 for 5, 4 RBIs. Sarabia 4 hits. Richardson 2 for 4, 3 RBIs. He's hit the ball pretty well. You can see 233, 327, 477. Not playing every day, but Estrada pitches well. He's 4-0 on the year. I guess we have to come in here and bench him for 4 days. And who plays third? Do we go defense or do we go offense? I think we go... I don't want to... What do we do? We make Munoz the third baseman. No, I think we go defense. So we go Fuentes. And I just got to remember to change this when the 4 games are up. And then against lefties, you know, let's get Origel. That's awesome. Let's get him in there as DH. We'll make him the third baseman, and we will bat him 5th. So in 4 days, we got to remember to reset the lineups and get Poisson back out there. So we're 3-0 to start the month of May. Looking for 4 straight. We don't get it. We lose 4-2. Final game of the series against the Red Sox. I'd hate to lose a series against a Sox team that's like 12 games under 500. All right. So we win 2 out of 3 there. Bryant has that average up to $1.98. That's nice to see. Richardson with a grand slam in the 2nd inning. Gleason picks up the win. He pitches well. Roderick Arias, I'd like to get him back in the lineup here sooner rather than later. He's been out for most of the season already. 21-12. We are in first place, a game up on Houston. We got Los Angeles coming to town, followed by the Rangers. How much longer is Poisson out for? He's suspended for 2 more games. All right. So game 1 against LA. 3-2 win. Origel 3 hits and 4 at-bats. Munoz drives in a couple. Estes picks up another win. All right, so last game without Poisson. Hopefully it's a victory. It is a 6-5 victory in extras, a walk-off win. Parker 3 for 5, Richardson 2 for 5, McLean 2 for 5. Home runs from Richardson, McLean, and Parker. Yeah, Richardson's playing well. 129 OPS plus 864 OPS, on pace for 37 home runs. What did we give up to get him? It wasn't much, right? Yeah, it's Cole Franklin, who is not pitching well in New York this year. And we got Easterling. He's only thrown 8 innings this year. 8 innings in 35 games. What can I do to change that? Depperman's only pitched 6. It's because I got Hancock out there as a stopper who pitches like every friggin' day. Let's try this. Middle relief. I don't necessarily want to pitch him in high leverage, but let's try use more often. Not many save opportunities for Pirelli as of yet. He did blow one here, but we won that game. All right, so I think we can put Poisson back in the lineup. Correct? We can. Yep. So let's swap these guys around. Orgel, third base, DH. All right, game 3 against the Angels. So we look for the sweep. We don't get it. We get shut out. Now we got 4 in Texas. Game 1 against the Rangers. It's a 6-4 loss. 2 losses in a row. Get 3 losses in a row, more extra inning losses. I don't like the 3 losses in a row thing. Well, Pirela pitched well there. Okay, I was thinking maybe it was him and he's not made out for the closer role, but he didn't blow either of those. Okay, so we bounce back with a win. We lose 3 in a row, but then bust out. Bryant's up over 200. Munoz 2 for 3. Estes 7 innings, 6 hits. Pirela picks up the save. And the final game of the series. Can we get the split in Texas? We do. All right. So splitting on the road is big. That's huge. Poisson 2 for 3, 4 RBIs. Parker couple hits, couple RBIs. Sarabia's got his average up to 283. Richardson 3 hits. Mabius and Poisson both homer. McCarthy goes 2 2/3. Pirela picks up another save. 20-game hitting streak for Lara. All right, so we got Los Angeles again, this time on the road for 2. So we are still a game up on Houston, 3.5 up on the Angels, 5.5 up on the Mariners. 4th in runs scored, 2nd in runs against. Looks like the pitching staff has started to settle down here a little bit, with the exception of McCarthy, who's still been pretty up and down. Boxrucker struggled a bit as of late. Back-to-back really good seasons. This year not quite as good. Gleason, he's pitching okay. His ERA plus is below average. The BABIP is low, so he's hasn't pitched all that well, I guess. The offense is doing fine. Estes is carrying us this year, 7-1. On pace for 8.5 WAR. All right, so we get a day off, followed by 2 games in Los Angeles and then 4 games in Seattle before coming back home. All right, let's look for, so we got, 6 games? Let's go for 3-3 on the road. We win the first one 4-0. Bryant up to 210, Sarabia up to 293 with a 3-hit, 2 RBI game. Mestris pitches a complete game shutout, 5-1 on the season. Game 2. Game 2. 9-2 loss. So we get Arias back. So I think that means Fuentes goes down. Yep. All right. So what do we want to do with our lineup now that we have Mr. Arias back? You just play him as a super utility guy and get him out there like 4 games a week? Do something like this every 4th game, every 5th game, or every 5th game, every 6th game. Put him in left. Every 3rd game. Something like that. That gets him out there 4 games a week against righties. And against lefties, same basic deal. There every 6th game, every 4th game, every 7th game, every 3rd game, and then like that. So he'll play basically every day. Let's see if that works. So McLean's been hitting the ball well. I mean, he deserves a shot with how well he's doing, and he's better defensively. So I want McLean to continue to get some time in the outfield. Yep, that'll work. All right, so 4 games on the road now against Seattle. Looking for a split here of these 4 games. We win the first one 9-6. Sarabia 2 for 5, 3 RBIs. Poisson, is that a 3-run homer? It is. Couple RBIs from Munoz. Estes gives up 6 runs in 7 innings, but gets the win. Game 2 now. Another win, 6-4. So we've at least assured ourselves of the split of this road trip. With a 6-4 victory, Bryant average up to 213. Yeah, 213, 313. So if he's hitting 250 and he's rocking a 350 on base percentage, that will work for me. Cartwright a couple of hits. Parker 3 for 5. Munoz and Richardson each with 2 hits. McCarthy pitches well but doesn't get the win. That goes to Hancock, and then Pirela gets the save. Game 3 in Seattle. Thinking about it. It's a 2-1 loss in the 4th game. Look for 3 out of 4 in Seattle. We don't get it. So we get the split. So we go 3-3 on the road, which is what I said I wanted. But when you start off 3-1, you want to end up better than 3-3, but that's okay. It is a tight race in the AL West. We got a game lead on Houston and a game and a half lead on the Angels. So we got Baltimore, who I believe is the best team in the American League right now. Baltimore followed by Houston. 29-18, the Orioles with a half-game lead on us. So we got a tough stretch here. 7 games against 2 of the best teams in the American League. We lose that one 3-1, and Acuna goes down for a month. That's not great. We will call Fuentes up, and we're going to stick Jordan Fuentes in the lineup as our starting shortstop. I need that infield defense. Why is Mabius tired? Strategy, bench when fatigue at 92%. All right, so we've lost 2 in a row. We got 6 against 2 of the toughest teams in the American League. They're all at home, though, so we can walk out of this 4-2, 3-3. I mean, I would take it. Let's just sort of see how it goes. It's a good start to the month. Last week and a half or so has been kind of meh. There's a 3-0 win. That's nice to see. Poisson with his 11th home run. Estes just continues to pitch lights out. He's 9-1 with a 3.86 ERA, on pace for 29 victories on the season. 3rd game of the series against the Orioles. An 8-3 win. That's good to see. Parker 2 for 4, 3 RBIs. Got his average up to 294. Richardson with a couple of hits. Arias, Parker, and Richardson all homer. McCarthy pitches a complete game. There you go. Didn't expect to see that. Final game of the series against the Orioles. An 8-3 loss. So we split the 4-game series against Baltimore. When you take 2 out of 3 against Houston, I'll consider this stretch a success. I'll put us 4-3 against those. 17-2. That's a good game. So where do we even start? Just at the top of the order, I guess. Sarabia 4 for 6, 3 RBIs. Origel 3 for 6, 4 runs knocked in. Parker 2 for 4, gets on base 4 times. Poisson 4 for 6 with 5 RBIs. Arias 2 hits. Richardson 2 hits. Mabius 2 hits. Fuentes 4 for 5. We only get 1 home run. That was from Poisson, but we just pounded out the hits and got it done. Mestris with another complete game. 6-1 with a 2.96 ERA. 2nd game at home against Houston. An 8-7 win. So that's what I wanted. You know, I wanted to go 4-3 against 2 of the best teams in the American League, and right now I'm 4-2. So hopefully tomorrow will be an even better finish. So we win this one in extras. Pirela gets the win. Hancock blows the save. I'm not sure why Pirela wasn't out there in the 9th. It's because I have Hancock listed as a stopper. Right. We get home runs from Munoz, Richardson, and Arias. Final game of the series against Houston. Can we sweep them? We do. Wow, we sweep the Astros. They score 3 in the 9th. Estes is 10-1. Pirela gets the save. He's pitched well as a close as our closer. 16 innings, only 8 hits. Only struck out 11, but 2-0 with 7 saves and a 1.12 ERA. I will take that every day of the week. Bryant and Cartwright with a couple of hits. Origel 3 for 4. Yeah, he's never going to hit for a lot of power, but, I mean, here's a thought. We need money, right? I mean, we always need money. So do we think about swinging Origel over to second and seeing what we can get for Cartwright? I mean, Cartwright is what he is, and that's a very good bat. 130 OPS plus a year ago, 120 this year. He's on pace for 4 wins each of the next 2 seasons, but he's not a particularly good glove. And his ARB number next year jumps up to almost $7.5 million. Just out of curiosity. All right, we are 33-20. It's May 27th. We have a 3.5 game lead on Houston, 5.5 on Seattle, who has moved ahead of the Rangers, or again ahead of the Angels. We got Detroit to finish. Detroit and then at Chicago to finish up the end. Okay, so the 2 worst teams in the American League. So hopefully we win all these games and we end up 37-20 going into June. That would be hot. 6-5 win in Detroit. Poisson a couple of hits. Is that a 2-run home run? Yeah, Poisson and Richardson each homer. McCarthy gives up 5 and 5. The bullpen comes in, does their job. Game 2 in Detroit. (4-2) loss. Final game of the series in the Motor City. Well, that's disappointing. So we sweep Houston at home and then go to Detroit against the worst team in the American League and drop 2 out of 3. All right, let's see how this game goes against the White Sox. As we get to June, that's a 2-1 victory to finish off the month. Gleason, 7 innings. He's only 5 and 5 on the year. Poisson with another home run. He looks like, yeah, he's having a really good power season. No extra base hits. Only has 4 doubles on the year. I mean, he's not a super valuable hitter, all things considered. 251, 283, 465. He doesn't walk. Doesn't hit for a lot of extra bases. Has some pop in his bat, but if he's only hitting 240, 250, you can see that puts him as a below-average hitter. But we need the power in our lineup, so... All right. So let's look at player development. No, Origel, just as I talk about putting him in the lineup, gets worse. McCarthy gets worse again. Control gets better. Any of our Shafransky he's down to 3 stars. Wonderful. Carmona gets worse. Oh, come on. What is going on in our minor leagues? We need these players to be developing. Edgar Castellanos, your AL batter of the month. Juan Morales in the NL. Pitcher of the month in the ALs. Joey Estes, 10-1 on the year. Gunnar Hoagland for San Diego in the NL. Rookie of the month. Yorvi Perella is your rookie of the month in the AL. And Arturo Guerrero in the National League. So, before I pause and go to June, kind of what I wanted to talk about this for a second. So, and I'm gonna put a poll up on my channel for you guys to kind of vote on, and I'm having an absolute blast playing this, even though we're not winning. I haven't won a title yet. I'm having a lot of fun building the team. But the obvious elephant in the room is the issue with the financials. Not just with Oakland, but the issues with the financials across Major League Baseball. So if I go to the trade block and then I go to initiate trade, there are like 3 teams that have money. The Braves have got $12 million, and I'll just kind of scroll through this, and you'll see that most of the teams are well below their budget space, and that is making it impossible to complete any deals. It's making it impossible to sign free agents. If I remember correctly, there is you still have Alejandro Kirk, put up 2.6 WAR a year ago, 24 home runs, sitting on the free agent market because nobody can afford him. Francisco Alvarez, one of the best defensive catchers in the game, is sitting there. On the pitcher side, you've got Alexander Vizcaino, a 32-year-old, just great starting pitcher sitting there. They can't be signed because nobody has any money. So the way I see it is I've got two options. I can either stop the save and call it a day and call it a relative success that, we made the playoffs 3 straight seasons, or I can try to fix it. And I don't know how I would fix it other than going in and maybe giving every team X number of dollars, figure out, what would be an appropriate amount to give every team based on their budgets, and try to give everybody a level playing field and start from there. I'm gonna finish the season because I want to get through, at least this year here. But I'd like to know your thoughts. Again, I'm gonna put a poll up so you guys will be able to vote on it and comment on it and whatever. But it's frustrating because I can't do anything to improve the team because nobody can retain salary. And we can't sign anybody in the offseason because we don't have any money and nobody else has any money, so no free agents are getting signed. So it's a little frustrating. So that's it. That's where I'm going to leave that. So I'm going to play June. When I come back, it will be July 1st. We will go day to day like we normally do, and I will see you on July 1st. Be right back. All right, guys, we are back. It is July 1st, and it wasn't a great June for us. We finished 500, 13-13. We've fallen 4 games behind the Houston Astros, who have played really, really well. 54-33 are the Astros. We're still well in the playoff, in the postseason hunt. We have a 7-game lead over the Angels here, so we're still in really good shape for the postseason. It's July 1st, so it's international free agency. It's the first-year player draft. It's the trade deadline. I don't know that we're going to be able to do a whole lot at the trade deadline, again, just because everybody is broke. But we will see what we can do to improve our team. Pitching staff looks okay. Mestris has struggled a bit since that hot start. Joey Estes has been a beast all year for us, on pace for 23 wins and nearly 6 WAR. Poisson is on pace to hit almost 50 home runs this year, so the power surge is real for him this year. Kevin Parker's having a nice second season. He's on pace for 25 and 125 and a 400 on base percentage. Cartwright has struggled to the point where I would love to be able to move him at this point. If he's not hitting 310, 315, he's a 2-win player, which, while okay, is not worth what he's going to be asking for next season in arbitration. We have a couple of in-house options that may not be quite as good offensively. And we got Origel, who's not far off offensively, but we can also call up, where is he? Jordan Fuentes, and he can play second base for us. So we have some options. He's not going to hit quite as well, or nearly as well with the bat, but he will provide much better defense. So that's an option. We would just need to, again, figure out the financial side of it. I mean, maybe we can trade him for a pitcher who's making a comparable deal or whatever. I don't really know yet. Haven't really thought that far ahead. So, we got some players who are playing quite well. We moved Roderick Arias into the leadoff spot. I thought that might be fun to try. Chris Bryant, I don't want to say the experiment isn't working, but his best days are well behind him, of course. So we moved Roderick Arias into the leadoff spot. I figured with the 60i, he's going to strike out a bunch, but he might have put up a decent on-base percentage, and you can see here that he is. He's only hitting 250, but he's putting up a 360 on-base percentage right now in the leadoff spot. So it's fun to have a power hitter like that batting leadoff, so we'll see how that works here. So it's international free agency. I glanced. I didn't offer anything, but I did glance. You can see there are, as per usual, a couple of elite bats here. There's one decent pitcher, Jesus Meneses. Looks pretty good, but given what we've got here for bats, I think the obvious answer is to take a run at Mr. Manny Coruna. So let's offer him up $5 million and see if we can get that to bite. My phone is ringing. Hang on just a second, guys. All right, sorry about that. So, yeah, we'll see how that goes. Hopefully he takes our offer because that looks like a pretty elite bat. And, yeah, I mean, you can see we're above average at pretty much everything. Our bullpen is struggling a bit, but we're fourth in runs scored, fourth in runs against, third or fourth in a lot of different categories. So we've been pretty good this year. We haven't been great. We definitely could stand an offensive upgrade, upgrading from Chris Bryant in the outfield. I'm not going to release him because I don't want to take the fan interest hit, but finding a spot for an outfielder maybe. It's really it. Again, if we can upgrade from Cartwright, I might, but upgrading from Cartwright might just be bringing up Fuentes and making him the everyday second baseman. Not really sure. Yeah, so let's sim ahead a few days here. Let's get up to the draft, and we will go from there. So we got 7 against division opponents here to kick off July. 6-0 loss to Seattle, so we continue our struggles into July. Back-to-back losses. And we get swept pretty mercilessly by Seattle. So they're now 3 games. Yeah, so our 7-game lead has been cut to 4.5 in 3 days. And now we have 4 games against Houston. So we lose McCarthy for 5 to 6 weeks, and we lose again. So the wheels are starting to fall off for your Oakland Athletics here. I think we'll call up Frankel, give him a shot. Yeah, wheels are starting to fall off a bit here. We've lost 4 in a row, 5 in a row. We've lost 6 in a row, 7 of 8, 8 of 9. We've lost 9 of our last 10 games dating back to last month. We are 7.5 games out of first place. Things are not... we're still in that wild card, but we need to turn it around here quickly. Another loss. Finally, break through with a 5-0 win. Parker 2 for 2 with 2 home runs, drives in 5. Gleason pitches 5 1/3 shutout. I would love to get the split going into the All-Star break / draft. And we don't get it. So we're 1-6 this month. We're like 2-13 in our last 15 games or something obnoxious like that. We're 8.5 games out of first place. Our lead in the wild card has been cut to 2.5. It was 7 when this episode started. I don't know what to do. We're down. Oh, good. Frankel's now hurt. Okay. Well, what options do we have in AAA? Brandon Neely, I suppose. We were 19 games over 500 at one point. We're now 9 games over 500. We are 14-19 in our last 33 games. No. Definitely taking a bit of a step backwards here. All-Star game. Who made it from Oakland? Mestres. Really? Mestres made it, but Estes didn't. That's interesting. Okay. Kevin Parker made it. Poisson made it. Look at all the third basemen that made the All-Star team. And that's it. So Poisson, Parker, and Mestres. And futures. Pino. Pino was the only one. All right, so we've hit a rough patch. Hopefully we can rebound here over the next couple. Let's get through the draft. Hopefully we can rebound here a little bit. And we can have a good stretch over the last couple weeks of July. I mean, we are still the wild card leader. We have a 1.5 game lead on Tampa and New York, and then a 1 game lead on Seattle. So we're 2.5. Is that right? 2.5 up on Seattle. 2.5 up on Seattle. 3 up on Los Angeles. So I mean, obviously, still we have. What is this? 1 game against Miami? Okay. Well, let's sim the game. And it's another loss. Damn it. Nothing is working. Maybe we'll tweak the lineup a little bit here after the draft. Let's get to said draft, and let's get through the draft. So we're picking 29th. Just get to our pick and see what is available. So we go Mario Ballesteros. I don't need a reliever with the top pick. I don't know why I'm looking at it this way. Let's look at it this way. Jesus Duran. I like him. Good stuff, good movement, potentially very good control, 3 good pitches, but he's a ways away. Jaden Edwards. Ooh, I like him a lot. OSA doesn't like him nearly as much. What about Duran? OSA likes Duran more. So we got a couple good pitcher options. What do we have for bats? Wow. Okay. Who does OSA think we should take? They think we should take Rich Rendell, who was the guy we just looked at. I mean, he's a good right fielder. He's going to be a pretty damn good bat, potentially. Still a ways away. Jaden Jones, 18 years old, a little bit more developed, high work ethic. I like him. And Victor Olguin. Olguin's probably he's probably the best of the bunch, really. He's 19, very good defensively. I mean, he's a right fielder with those ratings, but good range, good enough error, great arm. Wow, there's some good talent. You got a catcher here. They think we should take Rendell. Honestly, he's probably third of those 3 for me. I like Olguin the most. I think he's got the most to offer long term. Jaden Jones is 18, but he's pretty well developed for an 18-year-old already, with 35 ratings in everything except for the eye and discipline. So for me, it's Olguin, Jones, Rendell from a hitter perspective, but these pitchers, man. Only a 45 stamina there. Duran. 50. I think we're going to go with one of the batters and hope that one of those pitchers falls to us. So I think I'm taking Victor Olguin. 19-year-old, 6'4", 180 pounds, out of De La Salle High School. OSA likes him just as much as we do. Yep, we're going to take Victor Olguin, and we will make that pick. Let's go to our second pick. See if any of those pitchers are still there. Jaden Edwards is still there, so I think we take a run at him again. OSA doesn't like him. Our scout does. Goes to St. Thomas Aquinas down in Fort Lauderdale. Still a ways away. Doesn't throw particularly hard, 86 to 88. But 3 good pitches. The stamina is enough to get by as a starter. What's Adonis Sims? Circle change. That's interesting. Maybe I like Sims more. I think I do. I think I like Sims more. The stamina, as long as the circle change develops, he's going to be a, I don't know. Let's look at bats real quick. The catcher is still there. OSA doesn't like him quite as much. Victor Alvarez, meh. I mean, good bat, no position. Andrew Brown, low work ethic. He's also impossible. They think we should take Sims. Or no, wait. Who do they think we should take? Alexander Moreno. He's not a starter. Not with those ratings. Not with that. I think we're going to take... We're going to take Edwards. We're going to take Edwards. 55, 55, 55. Sims is 50. You know what? No, I'm going to take Sims. I'm going to take Sims. And hope that that circle change develops. Well, Edwards is still available, so we can take Edwards now in the third round. I'm good with that. All right, so we've taken a hitter and 2 pitchers. Let's see what's out here now for bats. Hector Alatorre, high leader, low greed. Not very good defensively. Josh Bell. He is good defensively. He's 22. He's pretty well developed. Looks like he could be a decent backup 4th outfielder type, but nothing more. I don't hate it. I don't hate it by any means. Danny Campos, meh. You know me, I like looking for the high work ethic guys. I think... Ooh. Luis Mata. Really good defensively all over the base, all over the diamond. He's 19. Yeah, we're going to take him. I like that. Alex Ramirez, 21-year-old. We need catching. You can never have too much catching depth in your minor league system. I think we can take a shot at Alatorre now. Or no, I think we go Caraballo. He's still there. Oh, he's impossible. Jarek Stevenson. All right, let's go to individual pitch potential. Let's see what we got here. Esteban Solis. Yeah, I like him. Take him. Go to our next pick. Mike Rodriguez. Absolutely. Absolutely, as an 18-year-old. The changeup may never develop, but we will see. Lozano. Auto draft until next pick. Carter Cobb has got a bunch of pitches. No, let's look at fielding. Infield range. Luis Suarez. Wow. Again, so good defensively, but just can't hit. If there was any hitting ability there at all. Justin Myers looks okay. We'll take him. Let's go to our next pick. Let's go to outfield range now. Malik Tucker. He's 22. I mean, he's good defensively, but again, can't really hit. 21-year-old Javon Blue. Cool name. Good work ethic. I'm down. Juan Valencia is 19. Again, can't really hit. Cabral, low work ethic. Cardenas, able to captivate his audiences, but he can't hit the ball. Mike Luna. He's 21. Yeah, I guess. Let's go back to batting potential and see if we've got anybody who's left over. Ermal Idrizi. It's a great name. I'm going to take him just because of the name. Jose Gutierrez, low work ethic. Meh. I think we may let the AI finish up here for us. We are. We're going to let the AI complete the draft. All right. We are going to negotiate, and then I got to take a quick break for you guys. It'll be instantaneous, but for me, it may take me 10 or 15 minutes to do what I got to do. Joys of working from home is that I get to play my games throughout the day, but sometimes I have to step away from said games to get back to the to the things that actually allow me to play the games. So we've made our offers. We're 49 and 42. We are struggling, but we will see if we can add to the team here in just a minute. So I will be back momentarily. All right, guys. Sorry about that. I'm back, and I just got some great news. I actually got some great news in that downtime, which is about an hour for me. I found out I'm going to be heading up to Winnipeg, Canada, to broadcast some baseball games next month. So I'll pass that information along if any of you want to listen to me call some live games north of the border. So very happy about that. Not very happy with the way things are going here for the Athletics over the last month and a half. We are 1-7 this month, 14-20 in our last 34 games. We got 11 games on the road against division rivals. This will really determine whether we are buyers or sellers. And I don't know how much selling we can do because, again, nobody has any money. So we will see what happens. Hey, we win 6-5. It takes 15 innings, but we pull it off. Looks like we gave up 3 in the 9th, but bounced back to win it in 15. Arias, Poisson homers twice. He's up to 31 bombs on the year. Estes pitches well. Perella blows the save, but the bullpen comes in, does a nice job. Game 2 in Seattle. Another win, 5-3 wins. So a couple of wins in a row. Brandon Neely comes in, makes his first start of the year, and goes 7 2/3 innings of 7-hit, 3-run ball. Well done. Arias, Poisson, Munoz, Sarabia. Offense cooking today. 4 home runs for the Oakland Athletics. Final game of the series in Seattle as we look for the sweep. We get it. So we sweep. So we play just absolute horse crap baseball for the better part of 3 weeks. And then we come in to Seattle and we sweep them. So awesome stuff there. Mabius goes 3 for 4. Mestris rebounds. Again, he had a rough stretch. He was really good in April, was fine in May. I mean, I'll take 3-2, 4-1-2. Was really bad in June and has been a little bit better here in July. So, Hellbound, as he's called, has a nice start for the first time in a while. So now we got 3 against Houston. We're 7 games back of them. Be nice to close some of that ground here. Another win. 4 straight road wins. Maybe we just needed to get out of Oakland for a few days. As Kevin Parker hits his 16th home run of the season. Newstrom a couple of hits and an RBI. Boxrucker picks up his 2nd win of the season. He struggled this year as well. Second game of the series in Houston. It's a 3-0 loss. Final game of the series against the Astros. It's a 10-3 win. So we win 5 out of 6. And we gain a game on the Astros in that series. Munoz 4 for 5, 3 RBIs. His best game in a while. Mabius 2 for 4, 3 RBIs. Mabius homers twice. He's been really good. Maybe not really good, but passably good. I mean, a catcher who hits 17 home runs, drives in 63 is more than adequate in this day and age. Estes improves to 13-3, and now we've got 4 games against the Angels, who are directly behind us, 3.5 games behind us. So it'd be nice to take 3 out of 4, but given that it's on the road, I would settle for a sweep, or settle for a split, as it were. So we lose that one 10-9. Frankel's injured. We're just going to send him down to AAA. Game 2 against LA. Another loss. Again, I would love that sweep. So can we win a couple games here? We win the first one. Arias 2 for 4, 4 RBIs. Is that 2 home runs? It is. 2 home runs. 16 home runs for Arias now. Acuna 2 for 4 with 2 RBIs. Boxrucker 6 shutout innings. As we go for the split today. Do we get it? We do. So another good stretch of baseball for Oakland. That was a tough stretch. That was a tough stretch. Starting with Miami. That's 3-10. That's 11 road games, and we went 6-5. Or no, 7-4. 7-4. I will take that for sure. Sarabia 3 for 5, Cartwright 2 for 4, Parker 2 for 5, Munoz had a couple RBIs. Gleason picks up the win. Excellent. So now we take on So the month is closing in, I guess you could say, on the end. And oh, I forgot about this. I completely forgot about this. We signed Karuna. Let's go. I mean, he's a terrible fielder, but look at that bat. Or that bat potential, I should say. He's only 16, so who the hell knows. But Chris Bryant wants to re-sign a contract. It's a possibility, I guess. Mike Rodriguez signed a contract. Had a good start down in rookie ball. We'll disable the promotion there. Jaden Edwards. We will disable our promotion there. Adonis Sims, we will disable his promotion. And Luis Mata, we will disable his promotion. Allow us to manage his. And then we are just looking for Victor Olgan. We will disable his AI promotion as well. All right, so we signed all of our draft picks. So I think we're in a position where adding is probably makes the most sense. We are 4.5 games up on the Angels and the Mariners, both, for that last wild card spot. We're second in runs scored, so pitching is really where we need help. We're second, which isn't a surprise. I mean, we've lost 2 of our best pitchers, or 2 of our potential starters, for a significant amount of time. So let's see what's out there for pitching help and see if we can figure out some way to make it work. This guy's just bonkers. I was looking at him in the offseason. He obviously can't play in the field anywhere, but that bat is stupid good. Matt Olson. I say I need a pitcher, and I immediately start to go look at hitters. So let's just go to pitchers. I need somebody, obviously, who's not making a lot of money. I wouldn't mind bringing in an Edwin Diaz. Again, they don't have any money, so we need to just sort of do this and then add a player and see how far off we are and see if we can make it work. So, Anaya. Oakland is over budget, so they have to retain more. No chance with that offer. It's a good deal for us. Aldridge. Yeah, see, this is the problem I'm running into, is that I just have to... I don't know... I don't know that I can figure out how to make it work given the financial issues, because no one has any money to negotiate, so it just makes it very difficult. I guess let's look at the teams that have a little money. So Atlanta has a little money. The Red Sox have some money. So far, 2 teams have cash. Brewers have a tiny bit of money. They're rebuilding. Yes, there's like 4 teams that have money. All right, so let's go to, I don't know, the Brewers had a little bit of money, right? Do the Brewers want Nick Cartwright? Can I get a pitcher for Nick Cartwright? Oops. Do they have a pitcher I want? They give me Mena? Needs time to analyze our offer. They want Saravia or Parker. You can't have Saravia or Parker. Don't be dumb. Liberatore's making too much. Ronzi, no. Actually, I like Carlos Betancourt more. You want to give me him? Arias. Oh, this game. Dennis Santana, no. So what can I do to add to this? So I'm fine giving up Cartwright because I think we just call up Fuentes and make our middle infield defense only. So would a Jose Anaya get it done? I don't want to give up Jose Anaya. What about Raul Fernandez? Where did he come from? We got him from Pittsburgh. Okay. He's hitting pretty well, actually. Let's move him to Double-A, and let's disable that promotion. I like that bat. It's funny how you find players as you sort of mess around in your minor league systems. Mata, I don't want to give up. I'll give up Mendoza. All right, I'm going to submit this and see if I can make it work with a prospect rather than one of the 4 big names that they're asking for. So we got 3 games against New York, followed by 4 against Chicago. So we lose there 3-1. They want one of our big names. What if I retained? Does that change anything at all? No. Okay. Is there a 2-star player that the game... What about Omar Lopez? Did you take him? Doesn't change things at all. I'm looking for that player that tweaks it just enough where I can add and subtract and... Yeah, he hasn't been great, but he's been good enough, you know, as a 5th starter, and he's ARB eligible. What's the ARB number? 1-8. Yeah, I would love to bring him in. He's a cheap option. All right, so what am I okay with giving up here? Is there anything that I'm okay with giving up here on this list? You want Juan Dixon? No. What if I gave you Anaya? No. Frankel Sarabi. Yeah, that's not going to work. They're asking for too much. All right, so let's look at one of the other 2 teams that had money, which are the Red Sox and the Braves. So you guys need a second baseman. That's pretty clear. I don't know if you do. I'm assuming you do. So you guys need to start. You guys need a second baseman. That's obvious. I don't care that you have Tamar Johnson. You need a second baseman. You got Marcelo Meyer at short. He's a free agent after this year. Eduardo Dominguez, meh. Other pitching is not particularly good. What about Reyes? Boxrugger Gleason, no thank you. So let's go back in here and let's see if we can make this work. Boxrugger Estes, yeah, they just want players off our big league roster. I don't want to give you players off my big league roster. I want to give you prospects that I have no need for. Jose Perez, I mean, he's a leader. Like, his bat isn't good enough to play shortstop, or his glove isn't good enough to play shortstop, but he's a leader, so what if we make him a second baseman? Let's make him a second baseman. Yeah, I don't want to give you any of those players. Shimizu, I don't want to give you. All right, let's submit. Let's submit that and see if we can make that work. Second game at home against the Yankees. It's an 8-1 win, so we get a no way. Is there anybody here that I'm willing to give up? Not really. But at least we're moving. And I don't want to overpay for someone like this. I mean, he's not that good. I mean, we have those sorts of players available in our own system. So let's look at Atlanta. They have some money. Oh yeah, I tried to pawn Brandon Woodruff on them in the offseason, and they weren't interested. All right, Cartwright. So while I'm doing this, here's kind of my thought plan for the offseason. So I want to be able to save this save, as it were. And the way I think that's going to happen is to just go in and give every team X number of dollars in the offseason. Let me know if you think that's a terrible idea. How's Santa Bria doing this year? Yeah, he's only hitting 225. Let me know what you guys think of that. I think that's kind of my plan is to just give every team some cash and then see if that fixes it going forward, because the numbers aren't getting worse for the teams. They're just not getting any better. So I feel like if I give everybody, like if I look at their budgets and then maybe give them a cash influx of 25% of whatever their total budget is or something like that, that gives every team some money and it allows every team to sort of see if they can spend. And then if it breaks again, then we know that the save is probably borked. But, you know, that's kind of my plan for it. Excuse me. Again, I'm going to put out a video, or I'm going to put out a post asking you guys for your thoughts, see what you say, and kind of go from there. So we're going to offer this up. Peyton Pallette. He's a free agent after this season, but he looks okay. Or do we go after... I think maybe we... Oh, no, he's a free agent. Yeah, we're going to submit this offer, see if we can get Pallette. So we win this game 8-1. We get 2 hits, 2 RBIs from Poisson, 3 RBIs from Origel. Poisson's got 33 home runs. Neely with another nice start, 10 strikeouts and 7 2/3 innings. I mean, if he pitches like that, we don't need another pitcher. Final game of the series against the Yankees is another loss. We get another no way. Franco, Pino, Acuna, Hancock, Eastland. Yeah, all players I'm not prepared to give up, unfortunately. Jose Perez is the one I just made a captain. Cesar Diaz. Yeah, I'm not. All right. So we are likely not to do much here. Let's get through the White Sox series, and then we will pause and see if there are any, if there's anybody on the trade block that we can deal for. So we're not even in. We don't even have the top wild card spot anymore. We're 3 games up on Seattle. We've fallen behind Tampa in the wild card race. So we have 4 against the White Sox. We have a 5-0 win. That's a nice one. Cartwright a couple hits. Parker a couple hits. Bryant is averaged down to $1.99, but 2 hits, 2 RBIs in this one for us. Boxrucker 4-7. Has that ERA down under 4, so he's coming along. Game 2 against the White Sox. It's a 2-1 win, so we've won 3 out of 4. Bryant 2 more hits and another RBI, so a couple good games in a row for him. Gleason pitches well, but Hancock ends up with the win. He's been really good this year. No, I mean, I guess he hasn't been really good. He's been good. He's been good, and he should net us. Oh, maybe he won't net us a draft pick. He wanted over $20 million earlier in the season. 3 against the White Sox. And if I was in true rebuild mode, we win again. I would obviously try to move Hancock because we're not going to be able to re-sign him. But given that we're still in the playoff hunt, it doesn't make any sense to trade him. McLean and Acuna each with a hit and 3 RBIs. Home run from Parker and Cartwright. Not as much power out of Kevin Parker as I would. I mean, he's fine. 26 and 115. I'm not going to complain about that. So, never mind. Perella gets the win. He's pitched really well, too. I'm glad we made the right move, moving him into the closer role. He's pitched great. Estes still on pace for 20 wins as we look for the sweep of the White Sox here in our 4th win in a row. That would be swell. We get it. So we win 4 in a row, 5 out of 6. Puts us 14 games over 500. Parker with another home run. Poisson with a home run. How many home runs is he on pace for? 53. Robert Poisson on pace for 53 home runs, a 4.8 WAR season, and he probably wants... Oh, my gosh. Okay. If I remove the opt-out and make it 5 years... Sure. 5 years, $76 million for someone who has hit 185 home runs in 5.5 seasons. 5 full seasons at this point. Works for me. Even if he ends up his defense is good enough that he can stick at third. As long as the contact doesn't drop to like a 40. I mean, if he stays at this for the next 3 years, I mean, that's a deal. I'm good with that. All right, so let's take one more look at the trade block and see if there's anything we can do. I don't know that there is, just because of what these guys are making, but we'll give it a try. I'm going to bring Justin Brule back. He hasn't been good for the Yankees. See if we retain. Alex Mendoza is the piece I really want to be giving up, but... That's the problem, is that unless there's a specific prospect that they're going to ask for. So let's just submit it and see if we get an answer from them the next day. Almost. Yeah, but we don't have a player because they want a big league player. So let's try it this way. Let's go here. And where is Mendoza? Where is he playing? He's right there. So let's shop him around. Anybody else that I want to... I want to shop around Mendoza. So let's go... Or Cartwright. Let's go pitchers. He's out for 8 weeks. I'm good. What if we retain 55%? All right, let me clarify. I want a starting pitcher. Let's do it that way. What if I retain 90? Because I don't care about retaining money this year. It's fine. Wonderful. Ethan Robinson. He's out for a week and he's fragile. Omar Batris is not any good. Danny Cervantes isn't any good. All right, let's do any player. Maybe we can get ourselves a decent piece this way. Maybe we get a bullpen arm or something. Pretty decent hitting catching option. And I don't hate that. Again, I don't really need a catcher. Jose Morita looks okay. Hudson Head. Outfielder's not really going to help us much. Alex Clemmy. He's fragile. If he wasn't fragile, he looks like a decent pitcher. 55 movement and control. I don't hate that. Victor Fuentes. Not a bad young bat, but doesn't really help us right now, which is my biggest concern. What if we add veterans? They're all bad veterans, but they're veterans nonetheless. Alex Estrada looks okay. Kind of liking this deal with the... Well, not really. I mean, he's 25. A good bat. I mean, he's going to hit the ball relatively well, but he's not a particularly good catcher. Shepard's out for 2 months. That doesn't help me. Eric Bourne's second round pick in 2028. Good defensive outfielder, but I've got plenty of those. Tariq Skubal is out for 2 months. I think what I might do, because I'm not really seeing anything here that knocks my socks off. I think what I might do is hold off on making any. He looks okay. Again, good bat, not much of a glove. Unless either of these players are any good. No. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold off on making any deals this year, and we're just going to kind of go to battle with what we have, so to speak. We get McCarthy back in 2 weeks. We get Richardson back in a week, which will help the offense and help the pitching staff. And then let's sim through the rest of the last couple days of the month, and then I'll kind of give you my plan for the rest of the season. So we got 2 games here against Texas to finish off the month. We win 4-1. Mestris goes 5 1/3, giving up 1 run. We get a home run from Munoz. And let's do the final game of the month against Texas. (6-4) loss. All right, so we finished the month 62-48. It was a better month, 14-13. Considering we started 1-7, I'll take a I'll take a winning month. So we went 13-6 in our final 19 games. So we're only 3.5 games out of first place now, as Houston has slipped off the pace a little bit. We've moved back ahead of Tampa. We are 6 games clear in the wild card. So we've sort of rebounded from that really rough end of June, beginning of July stretch. We get some players back here in a little bit. Yeah, so my plan. Here's kind of what I think. Again, I'll actually, let's look at this stuff first. So player development, Brandon Neely gets better. Yeah, 3 really good pitches. We got him from the Red Sox a year ago. He's 3-0 in 4 starts. I mean, let's just keep throwing him out there. He's getting it done. 4 straight starts into the 8th inning, or at least 7 innings for Brandon Neely. Shafransky got better. I just don't think he's going to be still as good as we had hoped, but same thing with Carmona. His ratings have continued to drop. Tatis and Guerrero are your hitters of the month. Pitcher of the month in the AL, Angel Roman in the NL. Hector Powell, Calvin Shepard, your pitcher of the month. And yeah. So, again, I think my plan. So, next episode, I'm going to sim through August. The next episode will be September and presumably the postseason, or hopefully the postseason, I should say. Once the season ends, next episode could be a shorter episode, or it might be delayed. So the plan, I think, and again, I will put a post up, actually probably before this video comes out. No, I'll put this video out Friday morning. It's currently Thursday morning, so I'll put this out Friday morning as anticipated. Once I've put this video out, I will then put out the post asking for your thoughts. But I'm thinking what I do is I go into finances and look at every team's budget and give them, I don't know, a cash infusion of 10% or 20%. So a team like Atlanta would get either $33 million or $66 million or someplace in between. And just do that for every team. So for a team like Oakland, we would get anywhere from a $15 million influx to a $30 million influx. That would give every team some additional money. What they do with that money at that point is up to them. And then within a couple of years, if every team is negative, well, then the league is borked and it's borked and it is what it is. So that's, I think, my plan. If you guys have a better idea, keep an eye out for that post that comes out following this video, and let me know if that works, or if you want me to just keep plugging away as it is. I'll put it up as a poll. We'll either keep plugging away as it is, we will scrap the series altogether, and I'll start up with a new team, or we attempt option 3, which is give every team an influx of cash and see if that helps. So, as always, guys, thank you so much for the support. Again, thank you for 1,000 subs, and I'll talk to everybody soon. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.